What's up guys, Handsome Luke here. So today I want to talk about my weekend during which I ended up not competing in a physique competition. So I'll talk about the circumstances surrounding it, the lead up to the competition, my thoughts afterwards, how I'm feeling now, how I'm looking now perhaps. You will see that I am in fact darker than I normally appear because I have a spray tan on currently and it's sort of fading. I got it done on Saturday and we are now on Wednesday, so it's fading. It's fine, it's good. But yeah, let me talk about the run up to this competition. So a couple of weeks ago, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, I decided to compete because I was sort of looking at my physique as it was. Looking at my physique sort of last year when I competed, and I was thinking I want to get in that sort of shape again. So it was kind of a, spur in the moment kind of decision. Didn't give myself a great deal of time to prepare to get in shape, but I did it in any event, and I think I got to a good physique on the day. So the run up, the week before the event, which was on Sunday, Sunday the 10th. So the run up to it, I was training every day, going to the gym every day, doing cardio every day, working out really hard, getting my body into the best shape it could be. And then on Saturday, went to get a spray tan done with the missus. So we both got spray tans. It was all very good, all very professional, loving it. And then so Saturday because we got the spray tan on Saturday morning. And then so basically the rest of the day we were just sort of indoors and chilling out, watching films, just letting the tan sort of set. And then just before I went to bed, I had a shower just to wash all the stuff off. And then Sunday morning, got up, the missus drove us to the competition area, went there. I didn't really know what was going to happen, so I kind of went in blind, which is maybe a bit foolish in retrospect. But in any case, went there, went to the arena, and it wasn't very well signposted. But we ended up finding the place where the competitors had to go in. So went to the door, and there was sort of a bunch of meatheads there. It was like Meathead Central, like the meathead convention of the world. So there was tons of big guys there. Saw a guy with calf muscles bigger than my biceps, and my biceps are massive, right? So it was insane. There was like so many big guys, which I expected because it was like a bodybuilding physique, everything competition. So went in, and I could sort of sense straight away that it was really poorly organized. Just like the feel of it, the way it was set out. Like basically, let me tell you, excuse me. Let me tell you, so went in this back entrance, and there's like, you go to the right and there's this sort of big open area and a couple of tables set up where you fill in the forms, and there's like some supplements over there, so you can get some supplements if you want. And then, so I'd already filled out my forms previously because I printed them out online and filled them out at home. So I just took my forms downstairs to the area in the basement, and it was really weird. Went down, and it was a big sort of open, not big, but it was an open area, and there was all these meatheads there, like I say, all tanned up and everything. And there was 2 tables set up and 2 queues going to these 2 different tables. So there was no signs anywhere saying where you should go. So I just guessed that it was the first table I came to. So I queued up for that first table, and that was the table that you sign up to the UK BFF. And you pay for the competition, right? So the total for that was £55. So it's £40 for the UK BFF membership, and then £15 for the competition, right? Which is fair. That is to be expected. And then, so I started queuing up for the second queue, and one of the organizer people came over and he was sort of going through the queue and asking people what they were queuing up for. And I said, men's physique, right? So he said, if you could just come back at like 10:30, then you can sign up then, because this was about I don't know, 10:15 maybe. So I was like, fine, that's cool. So went upstairs again, to the missus who was waiting outside and said to her, yeah, I've just signed up. Just have to wait till like 10:30 to, queue up and get measured and weighed, and then that'll be it, right? So I kind of knew beforehand that I printed out this sheet that basically broke down how the UK BFF works in terms of when you're going to be on stage. So it said that the men's physique category, excuse me, would not be on stage before 4 o'clock, right? So I thought, all right, I'll get there about whatever, 9:30, 10 o'clock, sort of walk around, chill out. It'll be cool, and I'll be able to wait till 4. Like, I thought that's a reasonable amount of time to wait. I don't know why I sort of thought that I'd be able to handle doing nothing for that amount of time, but whatever. I had just stupid preconceptions, I guess. And then so said to the missus, all right, let me go in, see what's going on. So I went down, and yeah, I wanted to see about the tanning situation, right? So I said to, I wanted to see about the when I'd be on stage situation. That was it. So I went in again, talked to these 2 organizer people, and said, I'm doing the men's physique. I'm like obviously 6 foot tall, so I'll be in the tall category. What time will I likely be on stage? So this guy was like, I would say you'll be on stage about 6, maybe 7 o'clock. And my jaw dropped because I was like, 6? I don't want to be waiting around, because at this point it's like almost 10 o'clock. So that's 8 hours from now. And I was like, I thought I'd be on stage at 4, which is bad enough, really. Like 6 is another 2 hours of doing nothing. So that was the first thing that annoyed me. Went downstairs, talked to this woman that was there, and she was like, you need to get tanned as well. And I was like, I'm already tanned, you can see I'm tanned. And I put, like, the missus had brought some tanning stuff as well, and like a mitt to put it on. And the woman was like, no, you need to get tanned downstairs, like, because she'll tan and glaze you. That's what it's called. So I was like, okay. Went downstairs, and I thought, like, okay, how much is this tan going to cost? So I went downstairs to this woman that was tanning everyone. And I sort of said to the woman that was sort of taking the details of people that were booking the tanning, right? I said, yeah, can I book a tan, right? And she was like, oh yeah, what time do you want to book it for? Do you want to go in now? Do you want to sort of book it for later? And I was like, I don't know. Well, I don't know when I'm going to be on stage, so it's a bit tricky to know when to book it. And she was like, well, you could just go in now, and then you'll be tanned, and that's it. So I was like, okay. And she was like, okay, that'd be £55. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm not going to spend £55 on a tan. Like, I spent £40 on me and the missus getting tanned yesterday. I'm not going to spend another £55 on a tan today that's just for today. And it was just, like, I think the 3 things that annoyed me, or maybe even 4 things, was, okay, first off, my girlfriend wasn't allowed backstage, which I guess I should have seen coming. I guess you could argue is fine. But I like having my missus around. I wanna have someone that I can chill out with, and that I can kind of prep with and get my mental state right and everything. Second thing, like, they were quite rude to her. Like, when we went to the back entrance, I sort of like walked in because it was like, I'm obviously a competitor, and the guy at the door was like, she can't come in, and I was like, okay. Like, why not? It's like, no girlfriends. And I was like, okay. Well, maybe it wasn't rude. Maybe I just saw it as being rude because it's like, I just expected her to be able to come in with me. So that annoyed me. And then third thing, like, how poorly organised it was. And then fourth thing, like, the fact that no one said it would cost £55 to get tanned. Nowhere did I see that would be the case. So that annoyed me. And then fifth thing, 5 things annoyed me. That you know, I was going to be on stage till like 6 or 7 o'clock, and I don't know, it was just like, okay. Went back out again and said to the missus, like, it's going to cost £55 for me to get tanned, and I'm not going to be on stage till 6 or 7. And we just sort of looked at each other, and the sort of realisation started creeping in, like, this is just stupid. So we went back to the car, because we parked like a little way away. And we sort of thought, right, let's move the car closer and get our stuff in and sort of prepare. So we got back to the car and I started, thinking, the cogs started turning in my head. And the problem was, right on the day, like the day before, I'd had a reasonable amount of food. Like on the Saturday, I hadn't had much food. On the Sunday, no, sorry, on the, like still my brain is recovering from this situation, as you can probably see. Yeah, Saturday, yeah, I had a reasonable amount of food. And then Sunday, I hadn't eaten hardly anything. I'd had 2 fried eggs for breakfast and I hadn't had any water yet. So my mouth was really dry. And my brain was not really working very well. And I don't know, I just felt like a bit down. Like I didn't really feel myself. So went back to the car, sort of sat in the car, and I just said, all right, let's just drive. So we drove just down some random streets and parked up on the side of the road. And I don't know, I just sat back and thought and sort of let all these new facts roll over me. Like, okay, you're not going to be on stage till 6, maybe 7. It's going to cost you 55 more pounds than you thought you were going to spend to get this stupid tan. You're going to be backstage alone without your missus. You don't know anyone here. And all these things just kept on going through my head, and I was just like, this is really annoying. This is just annoying. Like, why can't I just go on stage? And I guess I was being a bit of a petulant child. Why can't I just go on stage and just compete? Like, I don't care about anything else. Just let me go on stage and compete, right? And so I just sort of started talking to the missus and sort of telling her how I was feeling. And as I was talking, as I was thinking it through in my head, the realization came to me, like, I'm going to waste a whole day, like because we woke up at like 7, left the house at 8, so we'd be basically a 12-hour day, more than 12 hours really, because if you're on stage at 7, you'd probably be off stage out of the place at 8, so eating at whatever, 8:30, 9 o'clock. So I don't know, all these things were going around in my head, and I was just like, what do I even want this? Do I even need to compete? Like, why did I decide to do this? And I realised I decided to do this, I decided to compete because I wasn't happy with the way I looked, right? So, and I wanted to get back in competition shape. So I'm in competition shape, clearly. I'm like shaved and tanned and looking good, got a nice haircut. And I was like, okay, if I go on stage, maybe I'll win. Like, that's the best case scenario, right? And I'll get a little trophy and some supplements probably, some title. I don't know what the title would be. Like, who even cares what the title is? And this was a qualifier for the nationals. So if I won that, I qualify for the nationals, right? But do I even care? Like, what is important to me? And I realised the things that are important to me is being happy with myself, being happy with how I look and how I feel. And in that moment, I wasn't happy with how I was feeling. I was stressed out, I was thirsty, I was hungry, I was annoyed at the situation because I'd come not far, like it was, we'd driven like whatever, 45 minutes an hour, right? So we'd come, all this way, and I was like, I could sort of sit there bored for 8 hours, 9 hours, whatever. And yeah, maybe me and the missus could have gone for a walkabout. Maybe we could have gone, I don't know, like it just felt really weird. I didn't have a good feeling about it. Like the missus said to me as well, I just didn't have a good feeling about this place. Like it was, I don't know, it just didn't have a good, when you don't have a good feeling about something, you're just like, okay, what is the best outcome for this? There's other guys there probably that really want to compete at physique and they want to go to the nationals and they want to do really well there and stuff. And I was like, do I even want this? Aren't I just happy with having the body that I want? And like, what is going to make me happy in this situation? I think really what it comes down to is, in life, the most important things you can get out of situations is just, is it making you happy? Is what you're doing ultimately gonna enrich your life? And I felt in that moment that being at this stupid competition, which is just an ego competition, it's just basically saying, yes, I've beaten these whatever, 12 other guys or however many people are on stage with you. And I don't know them, I don't care about them. They're just completely random to me. There could be 1,000 guys just in this country with way better bodies than me. And I've just beat these randoms that have turned up and paid the £55 for the stupid tan and waited around for 8 hours to get on stage for this little trophy that probably costs, I don't know, 10 quid, and some supplements that are rubbish. And so I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. So I said, let's just go home. We can go into town, because it was a really nice day back in Cambridge, right? We were, a little way away, and it was raining and horrible. And it's like, I know it's going to be nice at home. We can just go into town, chill out, have a meal together, have a drink together, enjoy each other's company. I can go see my parents. We can like hang out and have a nice time, rather than being in this stupid basement in this arena that I've never been to before and I don't care about, for this competition that I sort of basically just arbitrarily chose because it was a suitable amount of time away for me to prepare. I had no, real interest in winning this competition. So I was saying to the missus, like, if you're Boris Becker, or you're Arnold Schwarzenegger, or you're one of these people who want to compete at the highest level, and you have a plan for what you want to do with your life, like Boris Becker, he, from being a little kid, he always wanted to be a tennis champion, right? And he was like, it is my destiny to do this. There's nothing going to get in my way, right? And nothing got in his way, and he just won everything, and it was awesome, and he put everything into that. And with Arnie, he had the sort of picture in his head of being a famous actor in Hollywood, and the way he was going to get there was to be the best bodybuilder in the world. And so that's the first thing he did, and then he was the biggest Hollywood actor. And then once he was doing that, he was like, okay, what's the next thing? He wants to be a politician, so he did that as well. And he always had the goal in mind. And my goal in mind has never truly been to be a physique competitor, right? My goal is just to be happy with my life and happy with the things that I'm doing, get enjoyment from all the different endeavours that I take part in, right? So one of the endeavours that I enjoy is lifting weights. So what do I get out of that? I get big muscles. I get the confidence to walk around wearing whatever I want. I get to, the actual act of lifting weights is enjoyable to me, right? So the whole thing of lifting weights, everything I get out of it, there's no competition in mind. I'm looking good for my own benefit, for my own reasons. I don't, like, the ego part of it, I don't see the point of it, to be honest. Like, I don't want to just spend my whole time inflating my ego. And really, when you get on stage, that's all you're going to get out of it is some people that you don't know. Like, the only person in the audience would have been, well, that I care about, would have been my girlfriend, right? So she's there. She would have had to spend £20 to get into the place to watch as well. So I don't know, like, I kind of came away from it feeling like I've got out of it this realisation that I don't need to compete to prove myself. Like, what am I proving? I've saved a bunch of money because although I did pay for the entry fee, like £15, I paid the membership for the year for the UKBFF, so I can compete again this year if I feel like it. And I didn't pay for the tan, so I saved £55 there. The missus didn't pay to get into the arena, so she's saved £20 there. I didn't waste 8 hours of my life waiting to go on stage. Neither did the missus, right? So we saved all these things, and I realised that I've got something really valuable out of this situation. Like, we got home about 1:30, so we had that whole day just to do whatever we wanted, and so I didn't waste that Sunday. And the Saturday when we were tanning and chilling out at home, that wasn't a wasted day either, because we spent the whole day together, and we just sort of chilled and watched TV and watched films. And so, like, that's a nice way to spend a day anyway. I didn't really see that as a wasted day. And all the time that I spent in the gym, like, I love going to the gym anyway, so that's not a waste. And getting the fake tan itself, like, I like being a bit darker, and people at work have sort of said, did you spend the weekend in the garden because you look like you're tanned? There's no way I could get this sort of tan any amount of sunbathing. I just go red. I just burn. That's it. So you might notice like my energy levels today might not be like super high, and I might sound a bit tired and stuff because I am tired. But I don't know. I just feel like if I'd won this stupid competition and I'd posted stuff online and on Facebook and on Instagram and YouTube and stuff, like people might be impressed. People might say congratulations. But I don't know if I'd see it as a achievement. I might look back on it and think of it as a waste of time. Because really, why do I need that? Why do I need the congratulations and plaudits of other people? I just need to be happy in myself. And when I told my parents, when I got to theirs, you know, we had like a cup of tea and sort of chat and stuff with my parents. Yeah, I was like, I didn't compete today, and they kind of knew about it, like, because I told them like a week before. They were like, that's fine. If you didn't want to compete, you didn't want to compete, and like it was cool to realize that my parents, you know, supported me no matter what as well. And so I don't know. It's like if you want to compete, then you should definitely go ahead and do it. Like go into it understanding that there's going to be some waiting around, and there's going to be some boredom, and there's going to be some things that are going to annoy you. And I think everyone knows that. Like I think you just kind of accept that, but I just wasn't willing to accept it. And so the fact that things weren't as I thought they were going to be just put that extra little roadblock in there. And it just sort of, that roadblock piqued all these parts of my psyche that were not happy with the situation. So yeah, I just feel like I got a lot out of this sort of not competing scenario, way more than I would have got out of actually competing and winning or placing wherever I would have placed. Like I've subsequently had a look at the guys that ended up coming top 3, and they look quite good. I don't know where I would have placed in there. I don't know if I would have placed top 3. I don't even care, because even that is a subjective thing. It's just some judges that I don't know, you know, comparing physiques. So if I won, would I care? Because it's just arbitrary, well, not arbitrary, it's a subjective thing that someone's just said, yes, I prefer your physique. And like, do I even care about that? I tend not to care about what most people think about my physique in general. So, I don't know, I'm sort of rambling now, and I just wanted to talk to you about this weekend, because it was like a cool weekend in terms of just finding stuff out about myself. And I think like the best thing you can do sometimes, whatever you're doing, whatever activities you're participating in, is whether you compete or not, or whether you're just doing fun stuff, or whatever you're doing, is do you find stuff out about yourself? Are you sort of learning more about yourself? So that's it. I've got a really dry mouth this morning. I've just got out of bed basically. So I'm going to go downstairs and have my breakfast now. But I just wanted to share with you this experience. And I'm sorry if it's like a bit of a long video. But yeah, these things happen. You can't sort of dwell on the past. People say you only regret the things you don't do, but I don't think that's true. I think you only regret the things that, you know, you could have done and you wish you'd done and you think would have been awesome, but I know none of that applies to this competition. So yeah, I'm happy with this outcome. And like the fact that I shaved my body, the fact that I got tan, the fact that I got prepped is cool, because it means that I'm, you know, looking peak at the moment. So you can see, you know, I can't really show you everything in this little video, but I think, you know, I'm looking good. It's a good look. So yeah, it's kind of weird because the tan has gone, it's gone a bit funny now. Like there's bits that are white, there's bits that are dark. So and my face is a lot lighter than my body. But like the missus said, you don't really see that your pecs are square. Normally, like when I got hairy chest and stuff, you don't really see that my pecs are square. You only see it when I've shaved. And I noticed that my traps show a lot more when I'm tanned as well. So all these things that you find out when you get tanned are cool. And the abs, like you see that you've got, you know, well, I'm not looking as good today because I've been eating some naughty stuff since the not competition. But yeah, I think I'm looking good, and it's just like a good feeling to get a tan. You know what I mean? Like you just get tanned, and you feel good, and you feel like more body confident. If you could hear me itching earlier, it's because I've got like super itchy legs, and I think it's just the fact that I shaved my legs, and the fact the hair's growing back now has just made them a bit itchy. So apologies for that. The rest of me is pretty good. I've been itching like the bit between my chest as well. I don't know if you can see it's a bit whiter down there, but yeah, I've not got anything else itchy. So it's just my legs because the hair's starting to grow back. I got my armpits like really good this time. I found a way to shave my armpits so they're like super, not like perfectly shaved. But last time I competed, I shaved my armpits, right? All the rest was with like a lady shaver, lady trimmer, you know, like a electric trimmer. And then when I got to my armpits, I was just, oh, I'll use a razor. And I was in the shower and I was doing my armpits. And I don't know, I guess it is really difficult to get armpits because I guess girls are sort of softer and suppler, so they can, like, they don't have blooming pecs in the way, right? Or these contours that I have, or, you know, lats getting in the way, so they can get their armpits a bit easier maybe. But I think armpits is a known thing that's hard to shave. So I shaved my armpits, and it took quite a long time, and I think I got some irritation, and my armpits were irritated for ages afterwards. Sorry, but this time they're good. This time my armpits are good. I didn't get any irritation. I cut myself once when I was shaving my legs. So that's it. Like I think the prep went pretty well, and like the missus said as well, you know, this has been a good learning experience if you do want to compete again, just as like a dry run, because basically we did almost everything. It was like a short prep. It wasn't like a 12-week prep. And yeah, we got everything done. We got there on the day. It wasn't like a wasted day. Like imagine, you know, driving 5 hours and then not doing it. That would be a completely wasted day. But yeah, like I say, it was like a 40-minute whatever drive. So it was cool, and I got to spend time with the missus, which is important. Like, I don't know, these sort of situations, they make you realise who you want to spend time with, what you don't want to do. And I know, like, some people, they don't care. Like, they'll just hang out by themselves for ages. And like, I did bring audiobooks and stuff to listen to, and like magazines to read and stuff to eat. So like, I think I could have waited all that time. I think I could have sort of killed time in various different ways. But it's like, do I even need to compete? So that's it. That's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm sorry I've gone on a long time. I don't even know how I'm looking, to be honest. I haven't even looked in the mirror yet. But yeah, I don't know. Like, who cares about how you look as well? This is another thing. I know I get a lot of comments and stuff online and sometimes in real life saying that I'm a good-looking guy and all these kind of compliments. And I like, does it even matter? I know it does from a certain point of view. Like, it's nice to hear people say nice things about you, but I'm more interested now in sort of learning exercises and expanding my knowledge rather than just being some you know, superficially you know, good-looking person. I want to be more of a sort of intellectual, not intellectual person, because that sounds really up myself, but you know, do more fulfilling things, like learn about sort of how to be happy in yourself and all these kind of things. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still enjoying making these videos, making like the body updates videos and stuff, because I do enjoy building my body to look how I want it to look, and I think that's like the most important thing, is making your body look how you want it to look, right? Because yeah, you're going to sleep with people, and yeah, you want to look good good naked in front of people, but you spend way more time naked in front of yourself than you do with anyone else, you would think. So like when you're in the shower or when you're sort of just topless or doing whatever, you know what you look like without clothes on. Alright, so apparently my camera just decides arbitrarily when to stop filming and doesn't wait for me to press the stop button. But hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think and have a good day. Alright, you take care. Peace.